you're probably building through the spring, through the league, in terms of trying to do things better and with greater intensity, and that takes time to build through the weeks of the league and the games in the league. And you're hoping that by the time you get to championship, you've brought it up to a very high level, and that you can take it on from there through the championship. So that's where we're at the minute. We're in that building phase, trying to build through the gears to try and bring our energy levels, our speed, our sharpness, our quality of our hurling, our synergy as a group, trying to bring that up to a higher level, or as high a level as we can.
Just before 2021, the kind of COVID season when we were kind of all training in our pods and stuff, I would have got the call from Brian to come in. I think I was 18 or 19 maybe. So I came in then, and I would have still been under 20, so I'd have been training with the under 20s and the seniors. And then kind of that summer, played my first few league games, and then the following year would have been my championship debut.
I suppose you learn every year as well, and I think that's one important part of what we're about at the moment, is ensuring that the things that we've learned over the years are things we don't forget, because you don't want to learn a lesson twice. And so managing the players' load, managing the players' injuries and recovery, return to training, return to play, that's a really, really important part at this time of the year, because if you overextend, you will pay a price. So I'd be on the cautious side of decision making at this stage, to just bring fellas through, with a greater degree of certainty around their return to play, and they're just managing their load to make sure we don't put them in a state of fatigue, when that's where most injuries are picked up, is when a player's in a state of fatigue.
So up along I would have been playing both just the whole time. Like, it wouldn't have been kind of more hurling or more football. It would just been, when you're in a dual club, you're kind of nearly pulled and dragged to play both all the time. So it was all I really knew was growing up playing hurling and football, and it would have been kind of more my kind of family, my father, my brother. My father would be always training me, and my brother would be always going training, so I'd be going to whatever he was going to. It was hurling or football, I'd be there. So it would have kind of grew from that, and then, to be honest, the dual thing wasn't really a shock, because I'd been playing both all the way up along, so it was nothing new to me really. When I was about 18, I was kind of getting to a stage where I was doing my leaving cert, and I was trying to play hurling and football, and I was missing trainings for one and missing trainings for another, so it was just kind of got to a point where I wanted to give my all to one of them, so I picked the hurling.
Thankfully, I've been very, very encouraged by what I've seen to date so far. There's been a real freshness in the group when they came back after Christmas. Their appetite for work has been insatiable, and they really are challenging each other on the pitch every night, to be the best players that they can, and they're pushing each other all the time, and hopefully that will bear fruit later on.
Having Brian Lohan as manager just means an awful lot, knowing what he's done for the county and just trying to emulate that and drive it on even further. He's one of the Clare's greatest hurlers, so anytime he's ringing, you'll be answering anyway. But I actually probably didn't see him play. I wouldn't have watched him play, but I'd have seen clips and I've heard enough to know.
I suppose what's really important is that you realise that there are 4 games in there, and each game is there on equal merits for 2 points to be chased. So it's important not to invest in the emotional aspect of game 1 or game 2, because it is a marathon. There are 4 games over 7 weeks, and you just got to maximise each opportunity. And if you allow any one of those games to become more than what it is, it can affect your performance at a later stage. So managing that tempo, or your approach to these and your mentality towards these games, is a very important aspect.
I'm in Mary Immaculate College in Limerick, so I'm studying to be a teacher. So it's just about kind of time management and making time for your assignments and your studies, and if you're on placement, then you're just kind of working hard in the evenings to get your stuff done, and then you've the hurling then takes up most of their time then, so you're kind of booked out. Shane time I like going for coffees, maybe going to the gym and stuff like that. So yeah, we've
brought in a few new players this year, and they're settling in really well into the group. But it takes a couple of years to settle into the group. You can't just come in overnight. But we have a number of players that are there 3, 4, 5 years now, and they've grown in their capacity over that time, and we've seen it throughout the league where Colin Coughlin, Fergal O'Connor, Cathal O'Neill, just to name a couple of them, Donegal Dálig, where they have become far more comfortable in representing the jersey, and they bring great energy as well to it, and they're young lads who've come off the back of successful college campaigns also. So listen, there's lots of really very, very competitive individuals in our group, thankfully, and they're not just the young ones, I can assure you. They're all very competitive. So it's just getting that balance right and trying to maximise the resources that are there in the weeks ahead. I think giving everybody an opportunity at some stage to shine is the real challenge.
You don't need to look far for inspiration. You've the likes of Tony, you've Shane Meehan, Peter Duggan. You've gone all day about them, but look, it's class to be a part of. You know what you're going to get with Limerick, really. Like, you have to be on your top of your game with them. We've played them so many times now that we know we have to be our best to match them.
On and off the pitch, I think there's a super rivalry there, and great regard and great respect for each other as well. I think that's really important, and we've had some incredible battles with Clare, and I've no doubt that will continue again. Certainly wouldn't be calling the result in any of these games because they're just so close, but a really appetising challenge for us now to go after, and one that we're very much looking forward to. And it's a great opportunity for us to embrace that challenge now.
The Munster Junior Hurling Championship it's unreal. It's something it's unreal to be part of. I feel like it's exactly how it looks on the TV. It's really intense, real spectacle, and look, it's competitive, but that's kind of how you want it to be. I play in the forward, so you'd be hoping to contribute scores, work hard, and just help out your teammates any way you can, really.
If we go by last year's results, we narrowly beat Waterford in the first round. Clare beat us in the second round. We drew with Tipperary in the third round, and Cork we barely got over the line against in the final round. So we're expecting really, really tight, tough games, and that's something to look forward to.
To win Munster, it'd be something very special. I know it's been a few years since a Clare team have won it, and we've been in a few finals, so hopefully we can go one step further and win the cup.
Get those 5 points first and get out of Munster. We'll see what happens after that. That's my first priority, I can assure you anyway.